Loyalty amongst our team is absolutely crucial to success. And what's just happened only very recently over in England has been a great avenue to show exactly how our health and medical businesses can actually drive more loyalty with each of our team members and ultimately have greater success with a very small amount of effort. I'm going to show you exactly how an English Premier League team has just done it with one of their players and how you can do it with your team as well. So Curtis Jones, number 48 for Liverpool. You've probably never heard of him. Then again, if you do support the greatest English Premier League team of all time, Liverpool obviously, of course, then you would know he is one of the latest signings for this amazing team of Liverpool. The beautiful thing about this is not about soccer. This is not about football. This is not about one team against the other. This is about actually how smart Liverpool has been and how we can all learn from what they've done to create an amazing situation with Curtis. So let me just tell you just quickly, Curtis is a young guy from around the Liverpool area. They signed him, Liverpool that is, signed him as a 9-year-old. He's only 19 now. So yeah, they've had him on a small junior contract for 10 years now. They worked with him. They identified his talent. They thought that he had a great prospect. They laid out a platform for him to be able to grow and build and roll that journey forward. Come the age of 16, he was in the under 16s English team, then the under 17s English team, the under 18s English team, the under 19s English team. And as of, 4 days ago now, he signed as a 19-year-old his first senior playing contract worth a lot of money. And the manager, Jurgen Klopp, turned around the very next day and said, hey, why don't you actually play in the squad today? He played in the squad and scored his first goal. On debut, first goal, what a legend, right? Set up, huge career ahead of him. Now, why is that important for what we do with loyalty and with our own teams in the health and medical industry? Well, quite simply, what Liverpool have done has been very, very smart. They've created a pathway and a journey to be able to take someone with little experience that was quite young and was able to identify talent, identify the fact that they were the right person, and invested a lot of time and energy into them over a period of time, and they'll now be able to reap the spoils. See, here's the thing. Multiple other English clubs and multiple other European clubs have been vying for his signature for quite a while, and ultimately have been throwing a huge amount of money at him as well. Now, Curtis has knocked back all of those, and let's be completely honest, loyalty in sport these days doesn't really occur across the majority of places. I mean, you've just got to look at rugby league in Australia, and it's literally you throw the person an extra $5,000, they'll leave, they'll turn their back on a club, and off they go from there. Now, let's not get into code wars here, but the fact is, Curtis has done one of the greatest things he possibly could and shown integrity and shown loyalty. Now, that has come at a fairly significant price financially for himself, with the other European clubs and English clubs vying for his signature. So why did he do it? And what did Liverpool do that was so special to keep them on board? Now, yes, absolutely, Liverpool is the best club in the world at the moment. They hold the World Club Championship. Yes, they are the current Premier League title holders that they only just won recently. They are the current European Champions League title holders. They're the Super Cup champions. They've got a trophy full of a cabinet full of trophies, and they're an amazing team, and they're only going to get better in the years ahead. So there's a huge amount of promise. But what they did that we need to be able to do more with our own team is actually be able to identify good talent and good people and nurture that process over a long period of time. Now, some of you might be sitting there saying, well, I've actually done that with a work experience or a professional practice student from university. I've taken on board a physio student or an exercise physiology student, and we've been able to, then bring them into our team casually at the end of their last placement once they've finished and graduated, etc. And that in itself is a really, really great scenario. And it's one that actually shows people what you're actually made of. It shows your integrity of intent. Now, this isn't just to say, hey, go out and grab someone from a professional placement background, nurture them, and they're going to be lifelong friends of your team and your business. Most of the time they will be, so that's an added benefit. But the fact of the matter is, what it does is it shows the integrity of intent of you trying to grow people personally and professionally. It shows that you, as a business owner, are not just prepared to go out and, buy the best or throw more money at someone and poach, etc. You're actually investing into the people. You're investing into the right integrity of what you're trying to do and move forward with. Now, I know that there's a lot of, I guess not speculation, but there's a lot of chatter at times out there around going and getting the best person, paying great money to get the best person. And absolutely, in some circumstances, that can be exactly what you need to do. The challenge is that can often be a misguided way to spending a lot of money and not getting the right fit. And I could give you numerous amounts of examples of colleagues of mine in the industry that have been caught out even in the last sort of 3 months or 6 months in that exact situation. In fact, one colleague has spoken to me about probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and they just got burnt very badly because they didn't do the right due diligence, the right hiring process, etc. And they took on board someone that was 6 years experience with this, and this. And they've later found out they've got 2.5 years experience, and everything has been a bit of smoke and mirrors. Lesson learned, they've been able to move on, but I don't want that to happen to yourself. So what if we were able to take someone who was a great fit, that showed a lot of promise, and we were able to actually nurture them through that process? Not only is it a great return on investment for your own self, your business, your team, moving forward growth-wise, but it also means that you can actually mold people. You can actually have a massive influential bearing on that person personally and professionally to be a better technician, a better practitioner, better at diagnosis, better people skills. Ultimately, you can teach them the best ways to move forward with our outpatient pathway, the perfect consult pathway, have the right pipeline in place so that we actually create amazing technicians and amazing health professionals and medical professionals moving forward for the industry. It makes all of us grow. It makes all of us work harder and lift to a higher standard. But it's not only the immediate benefits and the immediate awesomeness of what I'm just saying there that you should be looking at. It also creates an avenue in your brain and the mentality towards all of your team of going above and beyond for all of them, making sure that we've always got that journey and that pathway in place for them. I mean, I love the fact that we've got to pay long service leave for team members of ours in my own private clinic. Why? Because they've been with us for more than 10 years. I love the fact that we have to do that. Why? Because the loyalty and the respect and the integrity and the team and the cohesion and alignment means that we've been able to change tens of thousands of more lives, and we're a hell of a lot stronger unit and a better business that's going to be able to grow and continue to scale over time with less involvement from just myself. This is ultimately creating a legacy. It's creating a team that builds and grows itself, all because I'm constantly in that process of wanting to grow people personally and professionally. We always sit down and make sure that there's a pathway set out of how we're going to help people achieve what they want. Now, some of the time this doesn't always go perfectly, and I've had that situation occur where probably nearly a decade ago now, I had a physio, and she was only quite young, but she only had 2 dreams. She wanted to be a pilot and a physio. Go figure, totally different scenarios, and you can't really do both. She was a physio already. She came and worked with our team. We did some great work. She was with us for about 2.5 years, and because I was always talking to her and everyone in my team about where they were going, what the future looked like in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, what they wanted to specialize in, what they wanted to learn more about. I got to know more about themselves personally, not just professionally, and knowing how the business fitted into their life and how they fitted into the business. We were very open and honest about things. And when she came and said, hey, I really need to leave the profession, I want to become a pilot, that allowed us to actually then, we changed around the diary. We changed around things to make her get a pilot's license. And heck, I even got her full-time gig and helped her out with that move to Rex over in Adelaide. And obviously things have gone from there. She's now met her partner. She lives in another state now with a partner who's a pilot. They've got kids. They've got an amazing life. Great. And I couldn't be more happy and proud. But here's the thing. That was ultimately going to be really detrimental to our business, or by having the right loyalty in place and having the right integrity in place and having that constant journey and pathway in place for the person to grow personally and professionally, we had a very open and honest relationship, which meant I was told of these things a heck of a long way out, as opposed to being given given 4 weeks notice. That dreaded knock on the door, can I have a chat? And they pull something out of their pocket, your heart sinks as a business owner and goes, oh, they've just resigned. And now you've got to take someone who's potentially an amazing team member and fantastic technician and now look to replace them. And by the time you roll a 3 or 6 month onboarding process out with the hiring process, it makes it very, very tough to get away from this without a 20 to 30 grand differential in the health or medical business. So if you want to save $20,000 or $30,000, you want to save your sanity and you don't want to go through that, it all starts with the journey. You get massive amounts of loyalty in place with team members by always being able to work with them, know where they're going, and set out that pathway. I don't care whether they've done 5 years or 10 years. I mean, we've got a senior physio with us in our team right now, and he's 56 years of age. He's actually 57 now. He's knowing that he's going to be looking to retire. But it's great because I've been able to sit down with him as well and look at how he wants to do that, when he wants to do that, but also look at some of the avenues of what he wants to achieve before he actually retires, which is great because I now can make sure that I'm helping him achieve everything he wants personally and professionally, which brings a lot of loyalty to myself and to the team and to the business. We're open and honest about everything, and it means that I can make sure that I help him grow personally, achieve more, and ultimately the business and the team is going to grow. The community gets better impact. The patients have better outcomes. And so everything around this, and there's a lot more to it obviously over time that you're going to be able to work with. But ultimately, if you want to create more growth and loyalty and integrity held for all of your team, just like Liverpool have with Curtis Jones, means that you need to be in a situation where you drive more loyalty. You drive the avenue forward about this is about the person, not just them professionally. This is not about bonuses and financials. This is not about KPIs. This is about you sitting down and understanding where they're going, what they're wanting, and understanding how you can best play out that system, how you can best help them on that journey and that pathway. When you get that journey right and you help them out and you show that the integrity of Tent from day one, you'll get more loyalty. And you can't possibly put a value of benefit financially on your business or the scalability you're going to be able to do as a net result. So always start with loyalty. Always start with a pathway and a journey. Make sure that they are aware that you're in it personally and professionally for them growth-wise. Have that pathway, make it happen, create a career path, do everything you can to help them grow in that avenue. And the return on that investment of time, energy, and money is unbelievable. You can't measure it in money. Go and get stuck in, improve the loyalty, get that journey in place, and you watch your business and your team absolutely thrive as a net result. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.